Ladies and gentlemen, the creator of T25, Shaun T.
Bring up TV Are you ready? Because simply you are the catalyst to go out there and help someone change their lives. You people, you already know what it's like to work out. Just like Carl said, you already know what it's like to work out for an hour. But do you know that how many people out there are ready or who were afraid to even start working out, and you're going to say, all you need is 25 minutes a day and their life will be completely changed forever?
That's right. So, who's that for?
You tell me.
All right. Hold on to that for a second. Now, let's
I'll put it
describe
right
this.
here.
All right. Okay. Looking good. I like that shirt too, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right. So let's describe this for people. If we want them to be the messengers of this fantastic breakthrough, let's give it a little description. As I said, it's broken down into phases or cycles, right?
Right.
So first is the alpha phase. What's that about?
All right, so let's talk about it. I want to start by saying first, he hinted on it. This workout is about passion. I mean, from the deepest part of my soul, because when Carl calls me and says he wants me to do something and that it's for him, first of all, it's tons of pressure. Secondly, I'm like, if this is the man who is leading groups of 100,000 or more, this has to be the way for us to go. So we did break it down into 3 cycles, and we're going to start with the alpha round.
Right.
I do have a cheat sheet. You guys know I've created over 100 workouts, so I need a little help here with my screens. Alpha round. Alpha. The definition of alpha is the beginning, okay? So even though you know what to do when you work out, there's plenty of people out there who never worked out before or they're just beginning working out. So alpha represents the beginning. Alpha round is like working out. It's like gym class 101, of course, with the Shaun T twist. Get into that. So I'm going to take you through alpha cardio. You never get on the floor. Every move is standing, no burpees, no planks, no nothing. It's all standing. No weights, no equipment. It's a progressive workout. So where you start, and some of you will experience this tomorrow, but usually when we start working out, like we were talking about, a lot of workouts, we ask you to go really out the gate hard physically. But with T25, we're asking you to come out the gate hard mentally and focusing on form. Range of motion is really what gets you the result when we talk about cardio, because a lot of times you're moving. If you have perfect running form like we were talking about, you move, you go through, you do it constantly, and then you get the result after. So cardio, alpha cardio, is strictly standing movement that I can teach you how to have the correct form. So when I tell you to keep your knees above your waist, you will start off keeping your knee above your waist, and when you get to the highest intensity, your knees will stay above your waist. The greatest thing about
Your knees never go over your head, do they? All right.
No, only if you kick a bop-ma or something. But the greatest thing, another thing about T25 before we continue to progress into what each workout is about, is that with the progressive movement, you know, there's some people who have to stop at a certain point. They can't do the higher impact stuff. So we all know and love the machine, Tanya, in Insanity. Give it up for Tanya.
Right on.
So Tanya is the modifier. So all of those people who've wanted a modifier out there say, I would love to do the program, but I need to modify. We answered your question, we listened to you, and now you have it, okay? So as we progress through the movements in alpha cardio, again, it's all standing. You can stop with Tanya. She goes to a certain point before we stop jumping, but she does move fast, so you have to stay with her, but it's low impact. We go to total body circuit, which right now is my favorite workout in the entire T25 program because you're gonna die. But the greatest thing about it is, but just like we were talking about, it comes to a point in Insanity. And first of all, I wanna say we can't really compare the 2 programs because they're completely different, but I will compare it in this next statement. You know when you're about to die in Insanity, like the 3rd round of power jumps into squat push-ups, into Y in and out abs, and that whole thing.
You mean in the warm-up?
Yeah, right. So what we do in T25 is as soon as you start to get tired, I switch it up. I change the muscle group. So we go to a muscle group that hasn't been working. Sometimes I trick you. But we go to a muscle group that hasn't been working, that's completely rested. So we move, you give the muscle group that you were working rest, and you go to a new muscle group so that you can start to build that. And as soon as that gets tired, we go to something else, and again, there's no rest. Then we go to lower body focus, which is kind of like my worst nightmare. Just like vertical plyo in Asylum. Can't do it. But lower focus, simple. It's all lower body movement. Focus, focus, focus. Slow and control. Then we go into ab intervals. This is the death of your abs, okay? It's really crazy. We do abs on the floor, I'll let you know. And then what we do is we get up, we use some cardio moves that we do, and we do it slow and controlled, utilizing your core. So not only will you lift with your knees, I will tell you to focus on your core the entire time. And then speed. This gets me into the speed workouts. Everybody's afraid that it's gonna be something dancey. It's not. Yes, I'm asking you to find the rhythm in your life, but it is athletic movements done to a rhythm. You don't have to stay with me, but I'm cueing you all the way through. You do the best that you can do. Speed 1.0 is the foundation of the speed movements that you'll see throughout the rest of the program.
Are there
That's
any
Alpha.
weights in the Alpha program?
No weights.
So
No
it's
weights at
all body weight.
All body weight to start out. Don't worry, we'll get there for those of you
So
who
put that DVD in, get started, focus, and go. 25 minutes. Now let's take a look at your second 25-day round.
Then we go into beta round, alpha, beta. Beta is strictly designed around your core. Not saying that you're just gonna do abs the whole time, but everything has that core focus, focused on your center. I talk a lot about your body being a board. The strongest part of a 2x4 is the center. If you bend that too much, it's gonna break. So you have to be solid here. So as you're moving through the movements, this is what's gonna keep you strong when you start to progress in the movements. And also you have to take the education from alpha round and implement it into beta round. So you never forget what you did. You don't repeat it, but you never forget it and you move on to the next. So we got upper focus. It's all upper body. This is where I get into what is kind of like supersetting. You have a question? I see you.
No.
Oh, okay. When he looks at me, I'm like, what? Okay.
It's fascinating.
So it's all upper focus. You'll see on the, what I love about the menu screen, it says nada, like you don't need any weights. I had to give it to my Latin people there. But anyway, that's something else. See, I knew y'all was around here somewhere. That's upper focus. Then we got core cardio. It's kind of like a, you don't just stand up in this one. You know, I had to bring you down a little bit. But it's almost like a total body core cardio, but it's really focused on getting the heart rate up. Then we got speed 2.0. Speed 1.0 is the foundation moves where you do them for a long time so that you can get the rhythm and flexibility. Speed 2.0, we start not necessarily to move faster, but the movements change quicker, and you have to what? Focus. You have to completely focus on what I'm saying and what your muscles are supposed to be doing. Then there's dynamic core. You got 7 standing ab moves, 7 seated ab moves, and then we do a mixture of some new different types of core moves to get your mind working. And you know how when you do abs and your hip flexors take over? Well, this is going to be the lesson to get rid of the hip flexors and use your lower abs, okay?
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Then rip circuit is just like, it's kind of like alpha total body, but just kind of to a whole new level. And then a lot of these moves, a lot of these workouts, you know when you work out so hard, and then I ask you to hold it and focus? Like imagine an alpha round, you learning to use your core and to use these movements and to use the muscle groups for an extended period of time without any rest. And then as you progress throughout the rounds, I ask you, your heart rate's gonna be really high, your muscles are gonna feel like they're fatigued, but you're gonna be able to hold these movements or move through them slowly so that you have control. That's why it's very important for the 25 minutes that you focus. So that's beta round.
So I do want to say the one thing that's cool about this, and that's the base kit. The alpha and beta are the base kit, and Shaun has really taken his training to a new level, where he's cueing very aggressively here. So he's working out maybe a little bit less in the program,
Oh, yeah.
but he's giving you information. And this is what's going to be great about talking to your customers, is he's going to walk them through, whether they're beginner or expert. You know how sometimes you're doing a move and you can't even see the TV. You're looking down at the ground or whatever. So he's cueing you in a way that you can technically do this so that you're doing it right. This is literally the most sophisticated, comprehensive program that we've created, and I'm just so excited for all your customers to get it. Now,
I even say, just to copy of that, I even say at one point, I think in one or two of the workouts, you shouldn't be looking at the screen right now. You should be focused on your body.
that's when you made that funny face, and you're like, if you knew that I made a funny face,
Yeah,
you would have
exactly.
known. All right, now, I don't want to go into too much detail
Okay.
about it, but we do have a gamma phase. This is the upgrade option that just basically what is the difference here in this phase?
The thing about gamma, which is simple, it's where we start to get into strength. It's where the weights come into play, and that you have to be ready. And the thing I want to make very clear is that you have to decide, obviously, what kind of weights you're going to use, but 20-pound dumbbells in this workout can feel like they're 100 pounds, so be ready for that.
This program, I literally think, is going to revolutionize this company.